The Celtics look ridiculously good. They're hosting the hot Hornets. This could easily be a first-round matchup in the playoffs. Is everyone paying attention, Vinny, to how good LaMelo Ball is?
No, they're not. He is super talented. I think because he's played so wild throughout the course of his career, we thought of him as being an unserious player
Look at this.
On an unserious team. But look at that talent.
That's a three off of one leg. He had 23 points in the first half, and the Hornets had a 6-point lead in Boston. Now we got just over a minute to go in the third. Celtics have made it a 4-point game. This is Baylor Shireman in the corner. No, but stay with the play. We're going to get it to Peyton Pritchard. And he's money from three.
Check in.
Check in. Celtics
Check in.
down one. Less than a minute to go now in the third. Jaylen Brown working that fadeaway. Celtics take the lead. Next possession. Brown, stay with him. Court to court, coast to coast.
Low pickup, high finish. Like it.
He had
Soft touch.
27 through 3. Celtics by 3. Fourth quarter we go. Hornets are down by 5. But here comes a Knipple triple. No, Hornets cut it to 2.
I like that green.
Trademark.
Trip
Few
nip.
plays later, Celtics have the ball.
I
Tatum,
still
look at
got the handle. Get off me.
And he puts it up and good. He had 23.
Fouling me.
What are you seeing from him right now, Shum? Tatum looks pretty good.
I just think he's aggressive, man. He's picking his spots, too. And the best thing about it is he's not getting in Jaylen Brown's way at all.
Nah, no one got in Jaylen Brown's way on that one. Brown had 35. Tatum had 23. Celtics win their 4th in a row. Again, remember, that's a good team they played last night. That
Kemba
could be
Walker
a
sighting.
preview of the matchup. Yeah, there's Kemba. Celtics, so here we go. The Celtics will be taking on the Knicks at the Garden tomorrow. The Celtics can clinch the 2 seed with that win. In that scenario, Boston's first-round opponent would be the winner of the 7-8 game. So there is a scenario in which it could be the Hornets. We'll have to wait and see all of that. But it feels like a big game tomorrow night in a lot of ways. It's Tatum returning to the Garden, the scene of the crime, if you will, where he blew the Achilles out last year and all the rest of that has happened. Feels like a very big game for a lot of reasons.
A big game for, like, look, the Knicks, we all know how we feel about trust issues with the Knicks, right?
Yeah.
Being able to play the Celtics, looking the way that they look, if they can get a win, if the Celtics put everything out there, that'll be a big boost of confidence. For me, Greeny, it's that 3-4, not the 2-3. The 3-4 is so interesting to me because you have New York and you have Cleveland, a game apart. What's the difference in that? You're in 3, you get Boston. You're in 4, you get Detroit in round 2. Cleveland is telegraphing to everybody, we want to avoid the Celtics, which means you want to go play the rough and tumble Detroit Pistons in round 2. You're telling everybody, to me, Greeny, you're playing with the basketball gods, and you're telling me that the team that operates out of spite, you want to give them extra fuel? Kenny Atkinson is out there saying that.
Yeah.
It says, this is where we want to sit in the bracket. Go play with something safe. That's a tricky thing. I don't think Detroit is what you want.
Also, you're projecting already ahead to the second round.
Yeah,
and we had
part
this
too.
conversation yesterday here, Shum, that before you get to the second round, whoever finishes 4 is going to have to deal with the Atlanta Hawks, and that's no easy.
I live in Atlanta, Vinny. I wouldn't want to deal with the Hawks first because they're exactly what I see when I see the Charlotte Hornets. They are a bunch of guys that they don't really have a lot of expectation on them, but they have all the talent in the world. They have all the fun going on, all the feel-good feels, the vibes. They make sure to bring a highlight version of basketball, and when they really get rolling, you start to look at them and say, how good can they be? I don't want to play a team like that first round, and I damn sure don't want to guarantee that I'm going to do something like that in round 2.
Right.
Because now you're disrespecting two franchises.
And not just that, you're a team that historically has had problems with toughness.
Yeah.
Jared Allen, Evan Mobley are skinny dudes, not big dudes. And then you're going to put in their face Jalen Duren and Isaiah Stewart.
Oh, yeah.
And then tell them, we want you. Like Detroit can go and tell New York, we want to play you guys. And that hasn't come back to bite them. But for Cleveland, who has a lot to play for this offseason, right? LeBron may go there, James Harden's future, Donovan Mitchell's future, and that's the path you want to take. You're disrespecting a team.
Without a doubt. And I think that their backcourt is heavy with pressuring guards as well.
Absolutely.
It doesn't get talked about, but it's like James Harden has had some question marks next to his name as far as the turnover department. It'll be interesting to see.
Let me quickly circle it back, though. Cindy, can I quickly see C8? Because I just want to go back all the way back to Boston very quickly. Tatum and Brown continuing their recent dominance. Brown has 10 straight 25-point games. Tatum has scored 20 or more in 6 straight games, averaging 25. He is rounding into form. I'm going to ask the question right now. Shump, I've been saying this from the minute I watched Tatum walk out on that first game and look so much better than I expected and play so much longer than I expected. Is anybody beating them in the East?
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But the thing about the East that's interesting, everybody seems to have a pretty good core, and everybody seems to have 1 or 2 guys that can push them over the top. So I think that if they let people hang around, they can definitely be in a battle with anybody. You got to remember, this is a New York Knicks team that beat this team before the injury was going to happen. They were going to lose that game anyway.
What do you think, Vinny?
I think
anybody beating the Celtics this year?
I think you can. Like, for one, let's see how Jason Tatum plays when you're playing every other night, playing 40 minutes on that, not an injury, but on that recovery, right? He's still in a rehab sort of process. He's just playing through it. The East is so much more matchup related. Like, Detroit has problems with some teams. The Knicks have problems with some teams. There's no team that's head and shoulders above the rest. Even the Celtics, as good as they are, they have a lot of playoff inexperience on that team, the Baylor Shiremans of the world. The name is Cadus. Like, you got to see those guys in a playoff situation before you're saying for sure. Because
on the show now is NBA analyst Iman Shumpert joins us. Shump, what do you make of Draymond's take and comments there?
You know, as a former player, I understand. There's times that, you know, as a player, you know, you make decisions and you know right away, like, there is a repercussion behind it. And most times that repercussion comes with a fine. When you take on these fines, you look around the league and you say, hey, man, for something like this, the integrity of the game says they should be fined. We understand why teams are tanking. We understand the draft class that's coming in next year. But to go out here and intentionally foul, you know, and just like he said, put the brakes on the game to say, we don't want to win. To do that, and to me now being in a suit and watching the games, I feel like, hey, man, as a fan, I don't want to see it. I understand the goal. I understand the strategy, but I don't want to see it. I want to see competitive basketball. I love this game too much. I think that Draymond was just speaking to the integrity of the game, and nobody can be mad at him for it.
Yeah, I think the whole basketball world is with you there. And one thing we do know is that they do plan on doing something about it come next season. But for now, we're just kind of dealing with it. Shump, stand by for a minute.
Gotcha.
Let's talk about the Rockets streak again. Longest this year for Houston, and it's been an up-and-down season. They find themselves just a game back of the Nuggets for the 3 seed out west with 3 games remaining this season. All 3 of Houston's remaining games are in their home gym. All right. Shump back with us now, so let's talk about this Houston team peaking at the right time. 7 straight wins. They've been up and down, an inconsistent team this season, but are they hitting their stride at just the right time that you're going to take them seriously as a Western Conference playoff contender?
I think we always took Houston seriously. Ever since KD has came and joined their team, we understand Van Vliet is out, but he will be back in considerable time. And we understood the woes that they would have to go through not having him around. But when you see it, the problem with the Houston Rockets is not coming out there and playing hard. It's not coming out there and scoring the ball. It's literally just decision-making down the stretch when it gets into one of those tight games. That's where we don't trust them because they don't have the point guard that they wanted to have in that slot at the moment. But Amen Thompson continues to compete. Reed Shepherd continues to compete, and they have KD to lead them. So I think people always took them serious. It's just as we sit and watch the games from where we watch the games, we sit there and ask the question, what do you guys do with the decision-making that's going to happen in the backcourse of all the teams in the Western Conference?
Yeah, those 3 games remaining on the Rockets' schedule, the Sixers, the T-Wolves, and the Grizzlies, so opportunities to keep stacking wins. Love talking who with Iman Shumpert. Thank you, Shump.